record the session, make sure you go ahead and do that.
Yes,
Thank you.
I've started it. Thank you.
And please make me as an organizer too. So if there is any echo from someone's machine, I can go ahead and place them on mute. And I see some Alexander, Hansraj, Kumar, Kashyap, Gayatri, Varsha, Aditi, and Jayanti. All of you, will you be able to hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. And I see few of you are on mute. Maybe Mark or myself must have kept you guys on mute, or there may be some echo from your machine. But if you have any questions, you can go ahead and type it in the chat room. I will go ahead and unmute yourself. And all right, before we go further, let's do a quick round of introductions. Let me go ahead and introduce myself first. And I believe all of you can hear me right now. My name is Sowmya Teja, so I'm going to facilitate today's business analysis demonstration for you. We're going to do a quick 30 to 45 minute session, or maximum a 30 to 40 minute session on what business analysis is all about. And then we're going to see what skill set you need to become a successful business analyst. So being a BA is not rocket science, but like I said, being a successful business analyst, it is it is little difficult, but if you can take some time and practice few things in a systematic way, it's pretty easy and it's a very interesting role to do. And being said that, I come from an IT background. I'm currently working with JP Morgan Chase based out of New York. I specialize in data management and I'm a project manager myself currently. Prior to this role, I was working based out of Virginia for a firm called Fannie Mae as a BA manager. And prior to that, I was with Cisco based out of California. Prior to that, I was with PwC based out of New Jersey. And prior to that, I was with Cole Telecommunications based out of London. Prior to that, I was with Australia New Zealand Bank based out of Singapore. And I started my career with Bank of America that's based out of India. So overall, I carry around 8.5 years of experience, and most of my time I spent in BFSI, credit reporting, and the telecommunication domains as an analyst, as a BA manager, come the project management stuff. So being said that, I carry a very hands-on experience in business analysis. At the same time, I'm into the trainings from the last close to 5 years so far. I train more than 1,000+ consultants over the globe. So most of my students do come not only from United States, so you may gonna see them in our sessions. So there may be a few students coming from Australia, New Zealand, all over UK, Singapore, India, United States. And most of the sessions will be online. Sometime I have a day job to do, so the sessions will be sometime in the afternoon or in the evening, around 7:30 or 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And what I do here, again, like I said, I'm going to give you a little overview about what business analysis is all about and what we do at our work. But like I said, consider these sessions as knowledge transfer sessions. I'm not a big PPT guy. I keep things very simple for you, which will helpful for you to go ahead and bridge the knowledge gap in business analysis. So don't expect me to teach you any on PPT or reading any stuff. So like I said before, I'm more practical oriented guy. So I'm going to teach you guys the concepts or the practices which we follow at our workplace. So consider this session or the demo what I'm going to give you right now. It's more like a knowledge transfer session, and I'm here to help you to successfully land on your very first job as a BA. At the same time, my prerequisites are, please ask me as many questions as you can. At the same time, if you have any prior experience in IT or in any other field, and why BA, so all I'm expecting from all of you, give me a quick one-liner about your background, what you have studied, and if you're working somewhere, give me a little overview about what you do and what sort of roles you do at your workplace, and why business analysis. Alexander, you want to start with?
Yeah, tapped, but actually,
Yeah, go ahead.
I have worked 2 years as business analyst in Russia in management consulting. Okay, to recap, I'm master in finance and have 2 years experience as business analyst in consulting and also with IT projects, and I have understanding of the system like S&B, Oracle, because it was involved in post-merger integrations of Fortune 500 companies, and had experience with agile type of projects and waterfall, so pretty familiar with the subject.
Okay, and what are you expecting from the training?
From the training, I'm expecting to get maybe some knowledge and some tools how it's better to find the job in the United States and in the same field. So I'm a little bit struggling right now to get in the same track.
I must have lost your beginning. And did you say you are from United States, or where are you from?
Oh no, I'm from Russia.
You're from Russia. Okay, got it.
Yeah, but I moved here and I have all the papers to to be authorized to work in the United States and just.
Okay, got it. So you are like my 7th student from Russia, maybe, if you will be. Thank you so much, Alexander. Kumar? Sorry, let me go ahead and unmute you. Go ahead. Kumar, can you hear us?
Yeah, right now, okay. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just call me Teja, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually non-IT background. Just because I'm going to be legal on H4 applied, so I'm going to get into software industry as a PA. I want to become, so that's the reason I joined this session.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
I want your support in the future.
Sure. I'm just keeping you on mute again. Thank you. Kashyap?
Hey Teja, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm doing good. How about you today?
Doing great, thank you, Teja. Hey Teja, I completed my master's in IT, and I'm currently working at Honeywell Technologies. I'm from a very functional side. I work in the supply chain and procurement domain. And very recently, I got an opportunity to get into technology as well. So, basically doing a couple of projects at Honeywell. And that's when I, came to know about all the business analysis part of the domain. So, that's when I decided, let me just do a little bit more research. Probably I can end up as a good business analyst. So, and that's why, I'm just trying to get some good training here.
Perfect. Okay, I got it. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Gayatri, I see you are on mute. Let me go ahead and unmute you.
Hi, teacher. Actually, I am a non-IT person. I am a banker by professional, but I have experience all back from India. I just shifted to United States a few months back. So here, after coming here, I came to know about this role, and I wanted to study something, and then get into a right kind of a role. As in banking, when I was there, I have done analysis, but not obviously not business analyst. I've done analysis of all the pan-India level of all the data and all. So that is what used to interest me. So when I came here, I just thought that maybe this is the right place for me.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Varsha? Gayatri, do you mind go on mute? Thank you. Hey, Varsha, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Varsha Patel, and I'm working as a full-time clinical research site manager here in Illinois. And my work is kind of interesting because I'm manager. So.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to switch my career in IT. I don't have a prior experience, even I don't have IT background either, but I really wanted to be in IT and want to be myself as a business analyst.
Okay. Thank you. Jayant, or Jayanti, I'm sorry. Parsha, do you mind go on mute? Jayanti, can you hear us? All right. So let me explain you a little bit before we jump into what business analysis is all about. There are always prerequisites for business analysis, or if you want to become a successful BA, what I think, for example, if I go ahead and talk to a layman, let me consider most of you as laymen right now, which means you know what business analysis is all about, but you don't have any practical experience. So you are here to bridge that gap so that you know what needs to be done to become a successful BA. Now, the prerequisites to become a successful BA are pretty simple. There are only two prerequisites. One, you need to have good communication skills. And two, you need to have a pinch of common sense. So if you think that you have common sense, and if you know how to talk, and when you are actually talking with different level of stakeholders, what questions to ask, and let's say if you have any questions, how to get answers for those questions. Most of the time, our role will be in interacting with different people within our organization, so we call them as stakeholders, and gathering some answers from them or asking questions, or in other words, we call those questions or answers as requirements. So we gather the requirements, we produce some artifacts. At times we manage many templates which will be helpful for you or to the organization to perform the business analysis. At the same time, there will be few tools which will help us to make our life easy. So in today's session, I'm going to give you a little overview on what business analysis is all about and what we do as a business analyst and what sort of skill set which you need and what I'm going to train you guys on. And I see, Alexander, you are the only one from the business analysis background. This may be a little recap. By the end of the session, you will be able to ask me what sort of skill set which you already know and what sort of topics which you doesn't know, and let me know just in case if you have any questions. And this is for all of you. Feel free to ask questions. So let's go ahead and start. So I don't want to read anything from here. So let me start from the course content. But before we go there, like I said, we as a business analyst, so what do we do? First of all, most of the time you must have heard from your colleagues or from your family members, everyone saying, hey, for example, take me as an example. I just said I'm currently doing a project with JPMC based out of New York. And prior to this, I was doing another project with Fannie Mae. Prior to that, I was doing another project with Cisco. Prior to that, I was with PwC. So we've been doing multiple projects, right? So you will keep on hearing this word called project, project, project. Now, what is this project is all about? This is a very good question. This is where you have to actually start with. So what is this project is all about? And why does a project need a business analyst? At the same time, if you see most of the successful projects, it has a project manager and a BA. So what's the difference between a PM and a BA? Who are the other project members in a project? And we as an analyst, what do we do? So let's go a step back. Let's talk about what we do as an analyst or as a business analyst. So what we do, we act as a liaison between two stakeholder groups. So one stakeholder group comes from the business team and the other stakeholder group comes from the project team. Now, why do we need to be there? So what do we do? So this business group, they don't understand technology, and the technical guys, they don't understand the business. So we are there, so wherein we understand the business language, we translate the business language in such a way wherein our project teams will be able to understand what they want, and then they will deliver a solution for that particular business need. So we are someone like a middle person. We interact with both the teams. We try to bridge the gap between the business and technology. Okay, very good. So anyone can become a BA, anyone can go ahead and talk to both the teams, can go ahead and deliver these things. If you ask me, yes, but to perform that particular role, you need to know a little about the business analysis background, and the skill set, what you need to acquire before you go ahead and start your BA role. That's exactly the skill set you see here. And wherein we're going to start with the BA hierarchy, which means, let's say today you're going to start your role as a junior BA or as a BA. So down the line, after 3 years or 2 years or 5 years, how do you see yourself? At the same time, how's your reporting structure in an organization? Let's say, like I said, I'm a PM, so I have a BA lead reporting to me, and there are 2 BAs reporting to a BA lead, right? And then we have a program director, and we have a CDO. So that's how the reporting structure is, which actually varies across the organizations. For example, if you go to Bank of America, they have their own hierarchy. And if you go to Microsoft, they have their own hierarchy. If you go to any service-based firms, they may have their own hierarchies. This do vary, which you definitely need to know the moment you assign to any project. Right after that, we're going to talk a little about the career path and then the roles and designations of a BA. Now, this is a little tricky. You will, our role especially, our role as a business analyst, which is not standardized across the globe. For example, if you go to Microsoft, now Microsoft doesn't have a designation called business analyst. Go to their website or go to their careers, search for BA, you will not find a single role, but they will call business analyst as systems analyst. For example, go to Bank of America, they will call you as a team member for business analysis group. Now go to Google, they doesn't have a designation called BA, they will call you as a process analyst. So if you see these designations do vary with respect to organization, which you need to know is not about the designation. We have to look at the job description of the responsibilities and then take a call whether I will be a right fit for that particular role or not. So we're going to discuss in detail about what sort of roles you may going to see in the future and what sort of responsibilities each role carry. And then, like I said, we're going to talk about a little about the project and why the project need a PM and a BA. And then as being a business analyst, it's not only about the requirements or producing any artifacts. It's more about you understanding your organization, and then you being a face of the organization, you definitely need to know what happens before you get the project, what happens during the project, what happens post-implementation. So all these 3 phases which you definitely need to know. So being said that, we're going to talk about 2 organizations or 2 different types of companies called product-based and services-based. Take any organization in this world, you will be able to categorize it under product-based or services-based, at times both, which means one organization is into services and products. So we're going to see if you're going to land in a product-based organization or a services-based organization, what sort of factors which you need to consider before you do that. That's what we're going to discuss here. Then a little about RFP, stands for request for proposal. So what is this proposal and why organizations request for proposal, which means your clients will request for a proposal, and what we deliver as part of a proposal. We're going to see in detail. I'm going to share some templates, and which means I'm going to share you my previous work documents, or I'm going to show you how a proposal look like and what information gets into it. Then a little about enterprise analysis. We're going to talk in detail about business architecture study. So there are a few techniques called Zachman framework and Paul data analysis. We will see what they are. And a little about feasibility study. And as part of feasibility study, we're going to talk about cost benefit analysis. And then a little about the contracts. We call it a statement of work. So these are all the things which happens before you kickstart any project anywhere in the globe. So once your statement of work has been signed, then you officially go ahead and kickstart the project. That's where your SDLC starts. So SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. At times we call it as Systems Development Lifecycle. So we have many methodologies which comes under SDLC. So we will see all these things in detail. And as being a BA, what do we do? Someone just said a few minutes ago, I believe it's Alexander, you said you have worked in the past on agile-based projects. So we're going to see the basic SDLC concepts to the way most of the organizations tailor their own SDLC. They won't call as a waterfall, spiral, or an agile. They tailor, they will come up with their own name. So we will see how they do it and what metrics supports SDLC. And a little about the quality standards of organizations. This is one important thing. So the agenda of my teaching is, for example, if the moment you go to an interview, this is how I train you on. Once you're done with the training, all you need is one interview call. So the moment you get that interview call, you know what needs to be delivered and you know what to talk, and you can talk all these jargons by the end of the training. And CMMI is part of quality standards, which most of the organizations, they strive for CMMI appraisal. So if you remember any of the interviews which you have given in the past, any interview, by the end of the interview, they always ask, hey, do you have any questions to me? Which means the interviewer will always ask you, but they will give you an opportunity to ask them some questions. So that's our opportunity. So that's the period where you need to ask some process-based, some skill-based questions, which will actually give, that's where you get your impression. You have the 25 minutes, you had a conversation with them, you explained what you have done in the past, but last 5 minutes will be the deal breaker. So I'm going to give you a list of questions, what needs to ask, what not supposed to ask. So I have these all Q&A, which I've been writing and gathering over the years. So around close to 300 plus questions with answers which I've written, both business analysis, technology, and the behavioral questions, which I'm going to share. And then a little about domain knowledge we're going to talk. Like I said, I just now said, I worked in the past in banking, finance, credit reporting, telecommunications, right? Now, how do we acquire this domain knowledge? Let's say someone just said, you are coming from some functional background, or you doesn't have any technology or any domain experience in the past. So how can I be a successful BA in the future? So yes, there are ways for you to go ahead and become successful as a business analyst. So we're going to see how to acquire this domain knowledge. At the same time, like I said, there isn't any shortcut, or we can't become domain experts over the night. We are not the robots. So what we have to do is we have to learn about the domain by practicing it. But there are always shortcuts which will help you to acquire more information in a shorter period of the time, which you can go ahead and practice later as part of your analysis. And then we're going to talk a little about stakeholders. These terms may look very similar, or you may think that I know stakeholders, we don't need to discuss about it, but this is one of the crucial role for a successful BA. So we're going to discuss about who are all the stakeholders are, and why stakeholder management is important for a BA, and what sort of roles and responsibilities they play. And then we're going to discuss in detail about requirements engineering. So requirements engineering is something like a bread and butter for us. So we're going to start from the scratch. We're going to talk about requirements definition, the way we do the elicitation techniques, which means what techniques we follow and when, and what is requirement analysis is all about, the way you measure or achieve a requirement, and then the various categories of the requirements and the way you prioritize it, and a little about requirement stability index, and what sort of sessions which you drive to gather all these requirements. There are many. We're going to talk about them. Just one, for example, one is a JAD session. JAD stands for Joint Application Design or Development. So what is this session, and what do we do as an analyst as part of the JAD? At the same time, these are the few artifacts, if you see. All acronyms. URD stands for User Requirement Document. B for Business Requirement. C for Customer Technical Functional Requirement, or a Functional Specification Document. Now, what these artifacts are, and how do we deliver those artifacts, and how do we write use cases? Use cases plays a major role as part of your analysis, or when you capture any functionality. So we're going to write some use cases in our session, and we have some assignments and business cases on use cases, which I'm going to give it to you and expect you guys to work on and come back to me with your assignments, and a little on functional explanation sessions. And we as an analyst, we don't have a major role in design and development sessions, but we discuss and we provide our inputs to the development team or the technology guys as part of design phase. We're going to see what we do as part of it. When I say we, as a business analyst. And then as being a BA, your analysis is like 60%, and 40% you either lead the testing team or at times you drive the testing sessions. So you need to know more about the quality analyst, what they do, or at times you are expected to perform the functional testing. So to do that, we have to go and we're going to discuss about testings from the scratch. So we're going to talk about what is verification, what is a validation, what are the different types of testing existing in the market, and how do organizations call them, and what are the UAT sessions, or what is a bug. So most of the things which I haven't written here, it's just on a high level I've written all this info. But when I explain, so I'm going to explain you what is a bug, what is an error, what is a defect, what are the tools we use to capture a bug life cycle, and we're going to discuss in detail about the testing types, a little on UAT sessions, and then we're going to talk about a change request and what is a defect, and how do we handle multiple change requests if we are unable to deliver something. For example, like I said, hey, I promised you guys that I will go ahead and take a session from tomorrow, for example. I may not be able to take a session due to XYZ reasons. So how should I go ahead and communicate with you? And the same thing happens at our workplace. We may commit to our clients that, yes, we will go ahead and deliver this product by next weekend, by the next Thursday, or which we might not be able to do it. And how you need to communicate, how we need to communicate with them. And then a little on the templates. So we're going to see what is an RTM, stands for Requirements Traceability Matrix. And then a CR log stands for Change Request Log, and more on UML. So we have 9 modeling diagrams, which comes under UML. So we're going to see what they are. UML stands for Unified Modeling Language. And then a little on tools. So we have more business analysis tools, testing tools, and few tools which will help you to perform your day-to-day activities. So we're going to see what they are. And then something on KOM, stands for Kickoff Meeting, and a little on wireframes, mockups, and prototypes, which actually helps us to do the analysis. So we're going to see what is a wireframe, how does it look like, and what is a mockup, what is a prototype. And then something on communications, conference calls, and meeting notes, chat summaries. So the reason why I kept, these are the basic info. I'm sure that most of you must be aware of all this info, but when I interact with a lot of people like you, most of them come from a non-IT background. So these things will help them on how to write a business email, or what is meeting minutes is all about, why it is so important, and how we do it. So that's the info I'm going to share. And then a little on weekly status reports, and something on risk management, wherein we're going to discuss in detail about risk analysis, impact analysis, and something on gap analysis, as is and to be. And something on versioning and repositories. There are some tools which we follow as a BA, and there are a few tools which varies with respect to the organization. We're going to see what they are. And something on goal plating and templates here. We have all CMMI level 5 standard templates. So we're going to see what all those templates are. So I'm going to share you guys around 40 plus templates which I've gathered over the years. Case studies are nothing but the assignments which we discussed in. So I'm going to send you that to some case studies to work on and get back to me with your own analysis, and few assignments. Resume services and mock interviews as required. Your whoever lies in between you and me, so they will take care of your marketing and your mock interview kind of stuff. So the moment you feel confident that yes, I can go ahead and kickstart, then I'll take a couple of mock interviews. I'll give you my extensive feedback, and then I haven't added much, but we have something like an interview questionnaire which I've prepared, which I'm going to share with you. That will help you to answer most of the questions you may get in your future interviews. Now, consider this entire training, or wherever you get trained, but this is what you have to know to become a BA before you get into the BA role. Now, like I said, consider this as a package, wherein if you take it as 100%, we hardly going to work on 20% or 30% out of it. And we don't know what is that 20 or 30 percentage. Wherein in few roles you may end up only gathering the requirements. In few roles you may gonna end up only gathering the business requirements. In few roles you only gonna perform testing as part of UAT. In few roles you're gonna take care of any production related issues, or in few roles you're gonna support the project managers in the planning phases of the project. So we never know where you end up with. But if I think about a layman, like I said before, if someone can practice all these things what we have discussed so far, they can become successful BA. And like I said, you should again learn things in a systematic way, wherein that's what again we're gonna do in our regular sessions. So the training's gonna be, we pick each topic based on the time. For example, today we are talking about impact analysis. So I teach what impact analysis is. So like I said, no PPTs. I write everything in detail. We take some business examples. We discuss in the class. So this training's going to be more discussions rather than I open a PPT, I read something from it. No, I won't do in that way. So I write everything on a Word document. That's going to be your running notes. Right after the session, you will receive that running notes with any supporting documents which I think you need to look into. So that will be in the same email. At the same time, I expect what my expectations are. That's what I teach, but my expectations are. I want you guys to come to the classes with an open mind and learn what I teach and ask as many questions as you can. And there is a lot of great information over the web. If you know how to, at the same time, there's a lot of junk available. If you know how to refine the junk, that's well and good. But if you don't know how to refine the junk, if you start reading many info from there, you will end up in no man's land. So what I suggest is, wherever you learn all these things, learn in a systematic way and practice it. I think that will be more than enough for you to go ahead and give some BA interviews in the United States. Now it's a questionnaire time. You guys have any questions? Anyone? Hey, Alexander, Kumar, Kashyap, Gayatri, Varsha.
Will you send, or like maybe I already have it in email, the duration of the course, like the price, with the options to pay and all of that, like, yeah, maybe you already sent it, I just didn't read it very through.
Alex, I see there is a lot of echo from your machine and I can hardly understand what you said right now. Did you say that you're asking me the course content?
No, I mean the general information about the course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
this is a
price,
general.
duration, and like all
Okay.
of that. And
The price and other stuff you need to talk to Mark, and he's the one who liaison between you and me. Now he's a BA here. And about the timings, I normally say it is 25 to 30 hours. As that's what I generally say. But for
and
example,
it's spread out over like months, 6 weeks.
It's not like that. It's overall 30 hours, but by the time we end up the training, for example, today I started explaining you about an RTM, and you understood that, but Kashyap and Varsha, they were unable to understand what RTM is. So they asked me questions, hey, Teja, we didn't understand, what is this? Or let's say I started explaining more. For example, I've added, like, let's say 30 minutes to explain you guys what RTM is, but I started answering your questions that may take another 15 minutes. or 20 minutes
Mm-hmm.
or 10 minutes, right?
Okay.
If I give at least a 5 to 10 minutes buffer to each topic, we easily end up around 40 plus hours of training. And again, my intentions are not here to not teach whatever I know. My intentions are for you guys
Mm-hmm.
to understand, and I want you guys to survive right after the training. I don't want you to dependent on someone to help you once you get into your roles. So, but if you're able to follow what I deliver here, and I can 100% assure you that you don't need any support once you kickstart your role as a BA.
Okay, and maybe I didn't get it. You offer like this type of lessons, or it will be recorded and we have it like
No,
in form of video?
it's only this type of session. So it's going to be a live session wherein
Okay, cool.
we're going to take each topic and we're going to discuss in the class. And like I said, come to the classes with an empty brain. Ask many questions as you can, and try to understand what I teach on that particular day. And every session starts with a questionnaire. So in the previous session, what are all we have discussed?
Okay.
We're going to have a quick 5 minutes recap.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will give you time for you guys to ask me questions, and then I
Mm-hmm.
will take the next concept and we'll go further from there.
Okay. And how do you like do you provide?
One second, Alex.
How do you help like this placement? Like for example, after the course will be like.
Okay, so the marketing and the pricing things will be taken care by Mark. Like I said, I'm a freelancer. I work for more than 70 plus organizations across the globe. In my free time, I only teach. And so Mark have been doing and placing you guys from over the years. So he's the best person to give you more details about the way their organization work and the way post-training, the way they take your profiles and the way they do the marketing stuff. He will be able to help you with that info.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions from anyone? Kumar, Kashyap, Gayatri, Varsha, Aditi, Divya. Aditi, do you have a question? Or let me go ahead and unmute you. Sorry. Aditi, can you hear me? Okay. Anyone? Any questions?
Hello.
Hello, hi. Any questions, anyone?
Teja, I wanted to know that supposedly, the sessions will go on for around whatever 6 weeks or whatever time.
Okay, so Gayatri, the way it works is the sessions will be every alternate day on weekdays, which means either Monday, Wednesday, Friday will be a 1 hour to 1.5 hour sessions. And I'll be more flexible. I do understand everyone has commitments and I do have commitments. So just in case if I'm unable to take or if I want to take a little longer session, I will keep you guys I'll keep you guys informed via email. And either Saturday or Sunday, based on everyone's availability, there will be one long session over the weekends.
Okay, and after that, this duration is over 4 to 6 weeks. After that, if supposedly we come up with something which we're not clear with and all that, we can get in touch with you?
Yes, you can always get in touch with me. I have a dedicated email which exclusively for questionnaires. So I'll be always, I'm just an email or a call away.
Okay, guys. Hello.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, hi. Thank you. Okay, Steve, well, basically we use a blog system, okay, training blog. So where we'll be uploading all the videos in the training blog, and moreover, if you have any doubts over there, you can go to the training blog and you can update your questions. So, because I want you all guys to subscribe to the training blog, so you'll get an email. Okay, it's like it works like a YouTube. So where you see a video and you subscribe to the video, and if they upload a new video, you'll get an email. So similar way this works. Okay. Yeah, and the class schedule I'll be updating you guys by tomorrow morning. But for the first 2 weeks, it's gonna be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 days a week around 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And if there is any changes, we will update you in the session, or we will just update you in the training blog. So where you all get the email, and you will be keeping so we will keep you informed about that. So do you guys have any questions regarding the schedule, or regarding the placements or something like that? So you can ask me. And if it's regarding the training, about the business analyst course, if you have any doubts on the course topic, so you can ask the trainer, okay, which is Sowmya Teja. All right, guys. So do you guys have any questions for me now? Okay, so well, I believe that you don't have any questions. So, Aditi, I understand the your mic doesn't work. So I will be calling you, and I'll be providing all the update. And Alexander, do you have any question for me right now?
All right, guys, if you don't have any questions, I have another call to join. I will logging off from here. Good luck, all of you.
Okay,
Talk to you
thank you
soon.
so much for the session.
No problem.